Alright guys, today we're taking a look at the Dreo Smart Wall Heater. So I got this for our bedroom, it worked well there, so I decided to get it in my office here too. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works, how to set it up, and we'll also take a look at the app to see how that works. So let's get into it. So just keep in mind you will be drilling into your wall for this because you're going to be using some wall anchors and screwing into there to help hold this thing up. But the great thing is that you have everything that you need except for the drill itself. So just keep that in mind. You're going to need to have an electric drill. But the nice thing is everything else is here. It's got the steps on this little piece of paper. You'll also see at the very top there, very helpful, a bubble level that's going to help you. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this particular setup, you're going to be using wall anchors. And if you've never used these before, essentially you would drill a hole into your wall, you'd stick this in there, and then you would screw the actual screw into here, and then it's going to kind of separate out like that to make sure that the hold is nice and secure. Alright, so first we would drill those holes. Alright, so I did use the largest drill bit that I have, and it's still having a bit of trouble getting in there. No worries, you can just go ahead and hammer this thing in like so. And then, last step, screw it in. Alright, so once you got your screws in there, you can go ahead and hang the heater. Alright guys, so it's hung up, it looks nice on the wall here, so I'm going to go through the buttons on the front there. Starting from right to left, you have your on button on the right, that'll turn it on. Right now you're seeing H3, so that's indicating the speed of the manual mode. And there are three modes, so there's the power heat or the manual mode. There's also the eco mode, which you can also think of as being auto mode, where you can set a temperature that it'll reach. And then there's third mode is fan only. So right now it's in manual. The H3 is the highest setting for that. And you'll see these plus and minus buttons here that you can use to change that. So that's manual mode. We can set it to eco mode, and that's where you would set the temperature that you want it to reach. Once it hits that temperature, of course, it'll turn off by itself, and then press that mode button again, and it'll just blow the fan. These plus and minus buttons as well, if you do have this kind of lower to the ground, you don't want your child touching it, you can put it on child lock by holding these two buttons for 3 seconds. There is a timer function as well, this clock icon here. You can set it anywhere from 1 hour all the way to 24 hours. And just change that, of course, by using the plus and minus there. And then the Wi-Fi signal on the left, that's how you're going to connect to the app. Before we get to the app, I'm going to show you the remote control as well. Alright, so here's the remote. Has all the main features. And this has 2 additional buttons not on the unit itself. It's got the light. So you can use that to change the brightness or to turn off the LED lighting. And you can also press the mute button here if you don't want it making any sounds. Also, I almost forgot to mention you can angle the fan any way you like using this thing here. Alright, so let's take a look at the app next and see how that works. Alright, so right on the home page of the app, you're going to see the icon for the heater. So if you click on that, this is how you're going to access all your main settings. So at the top right, you'll see your power button, of course. And then right below that, you can choose among the different heating settings. So H1 to H2, H3 for manual mode, or switch to eco mode and set your temperature this way. And of course you can also just set it to fan only mode if that's what you want to do. Right below that picture, you're going to see a thing that says fan only. If you click on that, it's just going to take you to the same settings, but to the left of that, you're going to be able to access your timer settings. You click on that clock. The nice thing about the app is that you can increment the timer according to the number of minutes you want as well. So hours only on the unit, but in the app you can switch it to hours and minutes. Below that, you're going to see the ambient temperature of the room, and it's going to record that data for you over a 24-hour period or 30 days. Mine's blank, of course, because I just got this unit. And then below that, usage settings, also going to report to you how long you are using the eco mode or the heat mode versus the fan mode, recorded over a certain day or over the week. And then below that are all the settings, so you can choose the color of the icon, you can change the heater name, choose which room it's in if you have multiple Dreo products. And this is also where you're going to see the user manual and the ability to set up your Alexa or Google Assistant if you have those. Probably the most important thing on the app is that you can set schedules. Now you have 3 ways of kind of doing this. So you can choose to just time it off. So let's say you turn it on every night whenever you need to, and then you want it to turn off every day at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. You can switch that here. You can also choose which days you want to do that. So if you wanted to do it only one time or all weekdays or only the weekends, or choose custom settings, you can do all of that here. You can also do the same thing to have it time on, but probably the most helpful mode is to choose the period, and this is where you can set both the on and off. A really nice design here. You can just kind of scroll using the blue part here to move around the circle to set the time instead of doing it at the bottom there. It's a very nice feature. Alright, and then finally you're going to see 3 buttons at the bottom. So the second one there will take you to the various kitchen products that you can browse through for Dreo. The third button you can use to scroll through their various humidifier and other fan products. And finally the fourth button there to help you manage your account with Dreo. So this is where you'll see your orders, the shopping cart, as well as the message center if you need to reach out to support, offer feedback, and the about section as well. Alright guys, so I hope that helps you make a decision and kind of figure out how this thing works and whether it's going to be right for you. So definitely check it out today.